Clouds fill the sky and temperatures are mild here in Brownsburg, Indiana, but it's starting to heat up in the varsity fieldhouse where two conference foes match up face-to-face in the second half of this HCC basketball doubleheader, where the 5-9 Brownsburg Bulldogs will try and fend off the visiting 10-7 Zionsville Eagles. Alongside Eli Roper, I'm Eli Ballock, and Eli, the Dogs are on a 3-game skid, and with a tough opponent in Zionsville who's starting to gain some heat these last couple weeks, what can the Dogs do to try to put a win in their column?
Yeah, Eli, well, Zionsville has been hot in the conference play so far this season, but if Brownsburg can lock in defensively, they should have a big shot at a big win tonight over Zionsville.
No doubt about it, Eli. But one for the Dogs will have to keep their eyes on is the star senior, number 34, McGuire Mitchell.
Yeah, Eli Mitchell has been incredible all year, leading the Eagles in scoring with just under 21.5 points per game on the year. The senior has also been a major contributor on the defensive end, averaging 1.5 steals and 6.5 boards per game. He's one of the best scorers in the HCC, so he's going to need a lot of attention from the Dogs tonight.
And for the Dogs, their own star guard, who's just a junior, number 30, Brandon Addison.
Brandon Addison has been on an absolute heater as of late, scoring 23 points versus number 1 Fishers. He's averaging 10 points per game and 1.5 steals on an efficient and high volume, 49% from the field. Addison has started to become the primary ball handler for this Dogs team, trying to cash in on as many opportunities as possible.
Addison truly is starting to form into a great guard, like you said, but that's not all they'll need to knock the wings off these Eagles tonight. So let's look at Coach Lynch's keys to the game. Number 1, containing top scorers.
Yeah, Eli, McGuire Mitchell is always a tough task to guard, impacting the game in all levels. But even if they get the ball out of Mitchell's hands, they still have to contain the senior, Drew Snively. This 1-2 punch has been trouble for so many teams this season, so the Dogs will have to make sure they're limiting their touches as much as possible.
Number 2, offensive pace and movement.
Brownsburg's ball movement has improved so much from the start of the season, allowing them to open up the floor more than ever. The Dogs have had great success all season long, taking high-quality shots, but they just haven't seemed to fall. Zionsville is very athletic, so it's going to take a strong offensive push from Brownsburg early to pull off this win tonight.
And finally, number 3, positive possessions.
Yeah, Eli, Brownsburg has struggled in the second half in the past few games, turning the ball over 12.4 times a game, but their defensive pressure has been very solid. So if Brownsburg can pressure the ball and make smart decisions on the offensive end, it'll allow them to have a much better chance at a victory tonight.
Tip-off time is just ahead, so don't go anywhere. It's the Dogs, it's the Eagles live right here on BCSC.TV. Brownsburg ball, as you see there, Coach Lynch, head coach of the Brownsburg Bulldogs. 295 wins in his career total, 192 here in the purple and white. Devon Craig through the contact and one.
And that's what Devon Craig loves doing the best. That's what he's best at, drawing the contact and forcing the shots up through the contact.
As we'll finish off this first half, Brownsburg 21, Zionsville 14. As Brownsburg on a 21-6 run to end the first 16 minutes. As we'll throw it down to Talon Collier, who has Coach Lynch.
Coach, you started off slow, but then got hot. What a change.
Well, we didn't do a very good job in our man-to-man. They're a very good basketball team. Got a couple guys who can really shoot and score the ball. And we just didn't support the guys guarding those guys very well. The zone keeps us fairly tight, and they miss some shots. They're very capable of making those shots, so we're going to have to do a better job in the second half.
Thanks, Coach. Back up to you guys.
And now we'll revisit Coach Lynch's keys to the game from before. Number 1, containing the top scorers.
Yeah, well, like I was just saying, they've definitely been able to contain McGuire Mitchell, but Drew Snively has 11 of Zionsville's 17 points in this one. So they're going to need to key on him in the second half.
Number 2, the pace and movement offensively.
Yeah, their pace has been very, very quick so far in this one. Ball movement, not really probably where Coach Lynch wants it to be, but they're getting shots to fall, which is the most important thing.
And then finally, the positive possessions.
Yeah, like we've been saying, their defense has been incredible in this game so far, and they've been able to score the ball, resulting in those positive possessions, resulting in their lead.
Yeah, Brownsburg definitely hitting all of those keys, which not want to say that they haven't seen that much this season, but definitely a turnaround here tonight. As we'll throw it down to Talon Collier on the sideline, who's got Coach Howell with him.
Coach, you started off hot in the beginning, but then started to trail. What are you going to change that?
I think we just settled a lot. Once they switched defenses to more of that 2-3 zone, took a lot more threes than we probably wanted to. We didn't get the ball in the paint. So we just got to look to attack it more and be more aggressive on the offensive end versus settling.
Thank you, Coach. Back up to you guys.
Craig finds a wide open Michael Addison. Bang for him.
Michael Addison, confident in his abilities behind the arc, unleashing that one.
First points of the night for that Addison brother. As you see, all alone. No way that ball wasn't going in from the sharpshooter. As Zionsville forced to call a timeout. As Brownsburg 13-0 run right now. Reception poked out by Snively. Mitchell gets the alley-oop layup, and he's finally on the scoreboard.
Yeah, great cut there from Mitchell.
And a hard foul there on Mitchell. Brandon Addison throwing up a hospital ball, no-look pass. As you see there, the quick catch and shoot midair from Mitchell.
Obviously getting the shots to fall.
Brandon Addison not gonna hit that, but will go to the free throw line yet again.
Brandon Addison, we saw this a lot versus Fishers, drawing the contact and getting to the line. He's a very good free throw shooter.
As Eli Roper jinxes the free throw. He's only missed 2 tonight. Already 9 points, like we said in the open, averages 10. Make that 10 on the night now. Another steal from Craig. Craig coming down the lane. Bang from him, that's the slam dunk of the night. 2 of them so far.
You see Brownsburg student section getting hyped there. Another transition steal and dunk, and there's another transition steal as Brandon Sharp takes it all the way.
Brandon Sharp laughing, was gonna dunk it, but decides, you know what, I want the free points. I don't know if I can get up there. As Browns were gonna force Zionsville to call a timeout after 3 straight steals. There's that jam from Craig, second one of the night from him on both ends of the court. Gets it to Craig on the inside, using his body. Mitchell says, no, 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 not anymore. As he gets the block. Gore, corner 3, no good. Brandon rebound. As now Brandon Addison will take it up. Slips a little bit. Still drives in, uses the athleticism, and gets the and one.
Yeah, that's just another example of Brandon Addison's change of pace. Probably the best out of anybody on this floor. You see there, starting slow and then speeding up and finishing at the rim through contact.
Swiveling in and out of Eagles defenders, ends up at the free throw line yet again. Nothing but net. There's now 30 seconds left in this third quarter. Snively on the wing. Teelker looking for something. Snively paint. Tries to do something, draw the contact, no good though. Brandon Sharp, Euro step, lays it in. 5 seconds left. Throw up shot there from Teelker. I don't think Mitchell knew how much time was left on the clock.
Yeah, definitely not, but Brandon Sharp finishing through the contact has been excellent in transition tonight. He's got 7 points on the night so far.
As we'll look at Zionsville and their season results, what came to them as they have a 10-7 record.
Yeah, you see Ben Davis, that loss seems to be a common occurrence with a lot of teams we look at having an early loss to Ben Davis, one of the best teams in the state of Indiana. Of course, there's that win against Hamilton Southeastern, though. A close win that one was.
Zionsville 3-1 in Hoosier Crossroads Conference play, the only loss being to Noblesville last week. But as the score seems to go now, might end up being 3-2 as this Dogs team just keeps putting points after points after points on the board.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how the Zionsville players and Coach Howell plan to try to get back into this game. It's down by 19, you see here.
And Brownsburg gonna pull out the victory here at home against the Zionsville Eagles, 62-42. Eli, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, at the halftime, we talked about how Brownsburg needs to stay more under control. They definitely improved at that a lot here in the second half. Their defensive pressure stayed pretty consistent throughout the whole game. A little bit of glimpses of Zionsville hope there, but Brownsburg ultimately being able to do enough to pull out a big victory.
As we'll throw it down to Talon Collier on the sideline with star player Brandon Addison.
Thanks, guys. Brandon, you started off slow at the beginning of the game. What did you change to get a better outcome?
I was just being aggressive, trying to find my shot, trying to find my teammates, just being aggressive.
Thanks, Brandon. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Talon. And like Brandon said, you know, without a doubt, he just kept attacking that basket, and that's what really helped this Dogs team pull out a victory